Shalom Yasharala. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, New York, who rule well. And salutations to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity with charity. We just want to get into a edifying lesson, Lord willing, about how we have all this time, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about someone who goes to prison, you know, who doesn't have many options, you know, they're typically reading, you know, and Esau Edom has the majority of our people, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, right, and Israelite foreigners, right, who are scattered to the four corners of the earth, still in prison of the mind. You guys are distracted with the cares of this world, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, because of that, don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You know, the Lord doesn't want 2/3, of course, but, you know, the 1/3 that's just waking up, you know, take the time to read, you know what I mean? Get into these scriptures and dig deep, you know, especially ye men of Israel, you know what I'm saying, that it's meant for. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, you know what I'm saying? And everything has to add up, precept upon precept, you see? And you got to go into words, you know, and you got to see where Esau, Edom, has taken out and replaced and switched words or deleted entire scriptures, all right? You got to do your research and your homework. And, you know, the apostles, you know, did all that hard lifting, you know what I'm saying? They did all the heavy lifting, you know what I'm saying? And we're following in their stead, you know? But, you guys listening to? Okay, go ahead.
You know, this is a book of First Peter. It's like a Second Peter chapter, 1 and 10, and it reads, "Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure." All right, so we got to be diligent in reading, man, and it's truth, man. All right, to make our calling and election sure, man. I remember the brother Shakaria had said something that always stuck to my mind. He's like, you can't invest in losing in you can't lose investing in the spirit, man. You know, all right, and that goes with being diligent, man. You know, all right. For if you do these things, you shall never fall, man. So if you're constantly in the spirit, you know, if you're constantly diligent, man, hey, you're gonna be good, man. All right, you're gonna your faith is gonna grow. You're gonna be more rooted into this truth. You know, your wisdom is gonna grow. All right, and nothing's gonna be able to move you, man. All right, so you know, we gotta be diligent, man, and that goes for me first and foremost. You know.
Yeah.
Just because you said that, you can't lose investing in the spirit, right? Galatians 5 and 16, it says, "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh," right? And going into that word "walk," the Greek word is let's see, it'll play.
Strong's G 4043. Peripateo. Peripateo.
Peripateo, in the Hebrew for to live, to regulate one's life, to conduct oneself, to pass one's life, right? To live in the spirit, basically, right? And what does John 6 and 63 say? That these words, they are spirit and they are life, right? So when you're reading, right, it says, "Blessed is he that readeth," right? That's you supping with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Like, it's a beautiful feeling when you're reading, man. Like, you can feel yourself in the spirit. And it's a beautiful thing, man. But, you know, Jake out in the world, rather, while they're out partying and reveling and doing their own thing, you know, we're investing in the spirit, man, storing up treasures in heaven.
Hey, I was gonna say, hey, that's one of the best feelings to man, you know, like being in the spirit, man, you know, better than being with your woman and having pleasure with her, you know. Being in the spirit, man, it just, can't explain it, man. It's the best feeling to man, you know.
Oh, yeah,
you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
When you read the good chapters, when you do your good videos, when you fellowship with the Akim, you know, feel good, man, you know.
Yeah, having the understanding, you know what I'm saying? it's beautiful, being with wisdom.
This is Revelations 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Time is at hand for what? Yahweh Shai to return, for Esau's rule to come down. Alright, so there are a lot of things that are coming to pass. The mark of the beast, World War III, being major things, right? So, blessed is he that readeth, man, and hold fast that which thou hast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold this true, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding close to you, man. All right, because it's gonna be the stability of our times.
Yeah, Isaiah 33:6. So this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. All right. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. You gotta constantly feed the spirit, by reading, man. The time's there. Start cutting out a lot of this. How does the scripture go? Mortify your members or something. You just gotta cut these things out of your life, man, that you ultimately don't really need, man, because it's unprofitable. All right, you could use that time into reading and investing in the spirit, like the brother said. You know what I'm saying? That was beautiful. This is verse 12. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and as a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, man. You can't be a dull sword, you know what I'm saying? Especially when the Lord is giving you this task, this work to do, all right? You got to really, be 100% all the time, man. 144%, you know what I mean? You got to be on point. And I know we're going to fall and all that, but these scriptures are our foundation, man. It's where we're starting from, man. And we're gonna grow, man, reading and feeding the spirit more. You see, and feeding the flock. How else are you gonna feed the flock if you haven't eaten the roll yet? You can't, man. You gotta finish this roll, and constantly finish it, and dwell with wisdom. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 6. If thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be a good minister of Yahushua HaMashiach, nourished up in the words of faith and of good doctrine, teachings, whereunto thou hast attained. You know what I'm saying? This gift was given to us, man, so we got to be sharp, man, in these scriptures, precept upon precept, all right? The Lord will give the increase, but you got to give your time, and actually give, wisdom some time, more time than usual, There's a lot of folly, I'm saying. There's a lot of folly in our lives that we could cut out, man. And we could do something profitable like reading, man. Which leads to, doing videos and, being with Akim fellowshipping, And just being wise in your everyday walk, Because you're going to filter your life through these scriptures, man. All right? So you really need to know these scriptures, man. To the best of your ability, you need to constantly read.
Yes, it's the book of Galatians 6 and 7, and it reads, Be not deceived. God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap, man. So whatever you like a plant, it's like a parable. It's like you plant something into the ground, and it's gonna grow what it is, man. All right, we're reading on. He that soweth to the flesh, or if you plant to the flesh, shall of the flesh reap corruption. You're gonna grow corruption, man. You're gonna be wicked, man. That's what a lot of our people are doing, man. They're reaping into the flesh, man.
Right.
And ultimately, reaping into the flesh is gonna be your destruction, man. All right, those missiles or however the Lord decides to jack you up. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting, man. And if you planting into the, if you reaping into the Spirit, man, hey, you're gonna, by reading, doing your videos, doing what you're supposed to be doing, being diligent, man. How it says, you shall reap life everlasting, man. And these scriptures are gonna make your way prosperous, man. All right, in this truth, man, in this walk of ours, man. So we gotta reap more to the spirit, man, and less to the flesh, man. All right, because ultimately, the spirit, doing the will of the spirit is what's gonna get us saved, man, and delivered from this destruction, man. Yahweh Tzah, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 21 and 21. Learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold and like a bracelet upon his right arm. Right? And that's what the true men of the Lord are going to do. And what they love to do. Learn and read. And constantly grow. Alright? That's how literally it feels through the spirit, man. Like you're all blinged out and got a gold chain and a gold watch, right? Like all the rich people of the world, right? They like to show that off, but we feel like that through the spirit. Whenever we learn new breakdowns, learn a new word, a new definition, right? A new precept to link up with this precept and get a deeper understanding of that scripture that you didn't have the deeper meaning of before, man. And then it just deepens your understanding more, right? Now you can't wait to go say it out on the line and on the sit down or to another brother,
Yeah.
And with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. Again, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, New York, who rule well, and salutations to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, wa abad babal.